And Michele Bowe joins us now to talk about the important work of the hospital, its mission of supporting women and babies in desperate need. Thank you so much for being with us, Michele.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Tell us a little bit about the Catholic Teaching Hospital nearby, of course, to the birthplace of Jesus.
Well, we have a maternity and neonatal intensive care unit. We serve about 40,000 services a year. This year we'll probably deliver around 4,600 babies, just footsteps from the birthplace of Christ.
Unbelievable. Michele, this is Bishop Reed. I want to thank you so much for taking the time on Christmas Day. I know you've been waiting there for a few moments, waiting for us to bring you on. We're very grateful to have your presence with us. And I have to say, I think we all know that general area of Bethlehem, Jerusalem, it's a place of political turmoil, and so people must live with an incredible amount of anxiety. Yet, the hospital, as I understand it, serves as an instrument of peace. Can you tell us about that?
You know, I like to also call it a birthplace of hope. Every time a baby is delivered, it just brings such joy to the family, such joy to the community. And yes, while there are difficulties this time of year, everybody in Bethlehem, regardless of their faith tradition, turns their eyes to Christmas. On December 1st, we had the Christmas tree lighting with a beautiful live nativity and all kinds of just beautiful Catholic traditions. We had an opera singer singing the Our Father in English, and just an amazing night right in front of the Church of the Nativity. So I think during the month of December, people in Bethlehem take a break and they really focus on the hope that the Christ child brings.
And as you mentioned, the hospital is Catholic and supported by the highly respected Order of Malta, but serves all families who seek care, and that's regardless of religion, ethnicity, or ability to pay. If you could talk about that. No one's turned away, right?
Well, you know, the Holy Family was walking and knocking on a lot of doors and couldn't find any place at the inn. And so we like to say that we're going to make amends for that. And so we have the room for everyone who comes to our door, regardless of need or creed. Our doors are open 24 hours a day, and each year we open them a little wider thanks to our generous donors to deliver more babies and provide more services to older women, and to run our mobile clinic serving the desert communities surrounding Bethlehem.
Michele, I have a tremendous respect. We all here at Catholic TV have a great respect for the charitable work, the kindness, the real Christian and Catholic spirit of the Order of Malta. And you serve as president of the foundation, I believe, and you are the Order's ambassador to Palestine. What are some of the most pressing needs?
Well, some of the most pressing needs right now really are health care and jobs. And that's one thing that Holy Family Hospital does. We provide over 170 jobs. We only employ Palestinians. And we're a teaching hospital. We train residents, we train nurses, we train midwives. So we offer not only hope, but economic stimulation to the area. And, you know, Bethlehem is the most politically stable area of Palestine, but it also has the highest unemployment rate and the highest poverty outside of Gaza. And so by redoubling our efforts there with employment and investment, we bring the Christian hope and light to Bethlehem from the Order of Malta.
And maybe if you could expand on that, Michele, as well, and talk about, you mentioned that Palestinians are employed at the hospital itself. Talk about the care and the dedication of the staff there, and maybe about some of the great work that they do.
You know, it's an amazing group of employees at the hospital, from the women who deliver the meals to the mothers, to the pharmacist and the laboratory. Our neonatal intensive care doctors have all trained abroad, and they could work anywhere in the world. They're so highly trained and specialized, but their heart is in Bethlehem, and they're there to serve the people of Bethlehem. The same with our obstetricians and gynecologists. They want to give back to the Palestinian people, so they've done their training abroad, but they're back there in Bethlehem, serving the sick and the poor in the 900-year-old tradition of the Order of Malta.
Michele, I'm thinking that some of our viewers might not know about the Order of Malta. Can you just give us just a brief description of the order, its origin, its mission?
Well, this is the perfect day to talk about the Order of Malta because the Order of Malta was born in the Holy Land. 900 years ago, the Order of Malta began as a group of serving brothers operating a hospital in Muristan, which is a little neighborhood in Jerusalem just next to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. So we have a 900-year-old tradition of serving the sick and the poor, operating hospitals. We have projects in 120 countries, and we are a sovereign and neutral entity. We have a seat at the UN, a seat at the EU. And the reason why we have these diplomatic relations is so that we can carry out our humanitarian work throughout the world.
Maybe if you could tell us, Michele, about your personal experience to being a part of this hospital, seeing the results of it, and what it, for you personally, does it mean to be a part of this and helping people?
It's really one of the biggest blessings in my life outside of my family. I have, my husband and I have 5 children, so we love babies. So anything that has to do with babies and new mothers just is so near and dear to our hearts. And the Palestinian people are so wonderful and so hospitable. And when I look at them, it makes me think of the Holy Family. I see these kind, quiet, strong fathers who remind me of Saint Joseph. And I see the sweet, modest, tender women who remind me of the Blessed Mother. And then, of course, each baby just brings that hope like the Christ child brought. So I just, every day in Bethlehem is Christmas. At the Church of the Nativity in the Grotto, Christmas Mass is celebrated every day. So I feel doubly blessed because when I'm in Bethlehem, I generally go to the early morning Mass at 5 or 6:30 a.m. And I have Christmas Mass so many times during the weeks when I'm there. And we are an Easter people, but I'll have to say in Bethlehem, I feel like a Christmas person. Between all the new babies and the Mass in the grotto, it's just such a blessing to walk where King David walked, where the Holy Family walked, where the Christ child probably learned to walk before they went to Egypt, and where the 3 kings came to bring their gifts to the Christ child.
Birthplace of Hope. We've had that up on the screen while we've been chatting with you, Michele. I hope that that's the place that people need to go and they can learn all about the wonderful work there in Bethlehem. And thank you so much, and may God bless you and your wonderful family on this Christmas day. Have a great, great Christmas.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, and God bless you both.
God bless you, too.
Thank you, Michele.